everyone, welcome back to How to Survive Ember Shores with me, your host Lillian. Today it's hot. It's so hot. I have my window open and I'm sweating everywhere. I know that's probably TMI, but I don't really care. So today's topic, we are going to talk about all the things that are included for Ember Shores. I'm going to convince you to go to Ember Shores if you're on the fence, okay? Buckle up, everyone. So, I have always been super obsessed with Fyre Festival, okay? When Fyre Festival was announced back in, what was that, 2013, 2014, whatever year that was, 2016, I don't remember. It was the festival to go to, okay? It was an all-inclusive thing. Your flight, everything was there, right? And then the aftermath of all of that happened, and I was like, damn, I really hope that one day that there's a festival like that for EDM that is actually successful in that. And then Ember Shores showed up. And when it happened, I was like, no way is this happening. This is way too be good to be true. Like, you're telling me that we're gonna go rave on a beach for a millennium in Mexico. No, and it's all included, like it's a one package thing, and I was like, no, this can't be real. And then I purchased it and I did more research and I was like, wait, this is actually real, you guys. And I just became obsessed. I became absolutely obsessed. It became my absolute special interest, and so here I am. I'm gonna convince you to go to Ember Shores. So first thing, Ember Shores is a fully all-inclusive festival at a 4 or 5 star resort in the Riviera in Mexico. Okay, what does that mean, all inclusive? If you've never been to an all inclusive resort, because I had never been to one before Ember Shores, and I was blown away. I was like, you're telling me that my food, my both alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks are included in the package price. My room is also in that package, as well as the festival ticket and shuttle transportation from the airport. That's like all of the things that I don't have to plan. Like, that's so many things that I don't have to plan. Like, I know that, you know, that meme of like purchase festival tickets, and then all of the steps, it's like, get a hotel, buy your flight, figure out travel plans, make a budget, all of that stuff. But then it's just like the footstep to get to the top step of like purchase the ticket. That's how I feel. And all of the middle things just kind of got like combined into one for this festival. So I was like, wait, I don't have to do any more of the planning. This is awesome. I can plan other things instead of trying to figure out those accommodations, right? And so when the festival came up, I was like, whoa, this is awesome. So yeah, food, both alcoholic, non-alcoholic, your shuttle, your accommodations, and the festival are all included in this package, okay? The only thing that is not included in this package is your flight, which honestly, the logistics of that, it would be a nightmare. I've watched both the Fyre Festival documentary on Hulu and Netflix like way too many times, and I'm like, the logistics of trying to book flights and coordinate people for all of that, like, that just sounds like a nightmare. I do that for my group, and it's hard for me to do that with just like 5, 6, 8 people, okay? I'm like, I couldn't even think about doing that for an entire festival of like over 2,000 people. Like, that's insane. So the way that Elenium and his team have done this is actually really smart. It allows everyone to be able to pick and choose when they're going to fly in, what works for their schedule, what doesn't work for their schedule, and just kind of make it that way, because then it's not on the Elenium Ember Shores team to get people there, right? They will take care of the rest, but you got to get yourself there. So that is like the top thing about Ember Shores that I love. I love that they have taken the mental load, the cognitive load off my brain on having to make all of those other decisions and planning. So Thank you, Ember Shores, for that. Like, you made my manifestations of a festival come true, of like what Fire Festival was and the downfalls of all of that. And y'all like really flipped the script. Now, I do know that the food last year was not the best, okay? Some of the restaurants were a hit, some of them were a miss, depending on what time you went there. Like, it was a hit or miss. It was a lot. So I know that this year, Ember Shores has announced that they have done some food upgrades. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that does follow through. I do know that it is very difficult for big festivals or conventions that come in, and for the kitchen staff to be able to handle that amount of people during a short period of time. If you don't know, I work in production, and so I like live events production. I'm a lighting designer, lighting programmer. Sometimes I'm a master electrician and a technician. So I do a lot of shows at convention centers, ballrooms, hotels, and a whole bunch of these places. We get catering, okay? When you go on to, like, if you look, hold on, I'm getting my head of myself. I'm about to give y'all some insider secrets about how the music industry and the hotel and reception service industry all collide with each other, okay? So, in any event where you are having food be a part of your package, like overall package, there are different level tiers of like food quality, or like food menus, I should say. There's like the low tier, the cheapest one that you get XYZ things, okay? Then there's like the middle tier there where it's a little bit better, pretty standard. And then you have like the higher ones where it's like the most expensive meat cuts or like super high-end seafood. And then like they might have like a super extreme higher tier, okay? So my guess is that they might have chosen the lowest level tier of that food option. Okay, that's speculation number one. These are all my educated guesses, you guys. This is not real info. This is not like concrete fact. This is just me speculating and me assuming things. Okay, so there was that thought process. But then I had the thought process of like, wait, hold on. This happens across the board at any hotel catering that I've been to, that sometimes the food is a hit, sometimes it's a miss. And it's because they're cooking things in quantity. And they're also cooking things in speed. So it's the quality, speed, and quantity. You really only get to pick two. And so if everybody is trying to eat it all at the same time, they're going to be trying to pump out all of that food a lot faster, which is going to make the quality go down, right? So I think that's honestly what happened last year, is that I don't think the staff, I don't think they had enough kitchen staff throughout the day to be able to handle that. I do know that they ended up closing the room service at some point. I even asked the front desk and I was like, hey, is room service working like late at night? And they're like, no, all of our kitchen staff goes home. And I was like, oh, this is why people at 12 o'clock after the beach main stage, before the afters, they couldn't get food, because that was what happened. So I would love to hopefully see that there are some more late night snack options at the adults only resort, because everyone was hungry. I was hungry, y'all were hungry. Like, there needs to be more than just that like little sandwich spot thing in one of the bar lounges. If you do go off of the adults only over to Strikers, it's where the bowling alley is and a whole bunch of other like the sport activities are. I believe it's at the beach, or is it at the Caribe? I don't remember. But there is Strikers, and they have like American Eats. It's like nachos, hot dogs, a whole bunch of other stuff like that. I do know that there were a lot of people that did go over there, but those lines were really, really long, and some of that food was raw because of that speed quality type of thing. Okay, so that's the back end and like the insider knowledge of like, why was the food kind of not great last year? I personally think it was that there was way too many of us. They were not prepared, and they did not have enough staff. So Fingers crossed that this year they have enough staff to be able to handle it. I'm really hoping that they have late night snacks available, even if it's like protein bars or sweet treats or whatever. Like I don't, honestly, chips and salsa, chips and guac in Mexico. Why is it that I only got chips and guac in the morning? Maybe in the afternoon too. But still, I didn't get it all day long. I wanted chips and guac all day long. It's like one of my favorite things about Mexican food. So yeah, can we maybe get like a chips and guac? What if we had a nacho bar at the afters, you guys? You know how like in the main like outdoor lobby area, they've got like a whole bunch of space. What if there was a nacho bar there? Yo, that would be dope. Or like a burrito bar bowl, like burrito bowl spread. I'm just giving you ideas, Millennium and team. Take it. I would love, that would be awesome, okay? Anyways, PB&J's, a make your own sandwich bar. I don't know. I don't know what y'all's budget is on that side, but I'm just giving y'all ideas. Yeah. Anyways, I think that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm all about the food. I love food. I could talk about this all day long. I'm not going to, but I could if I wanted to. Okay, other reasons on why you should go to Ember Shores. Even though it is a bigger festival this year, I do believe that it's still a fairly small and intimate festival. A lot of people still don't know about it, and that's okay. There's a lot of millennials that I'll meet, or just even other ravers. I'm like, hey, do you like Millennium? You like going to music festivals? Have you heard of Ember Shores? And they're like, no, tell me more about it. And this is the spiel that I give them. One of my other favorite things about Ember Shores is the fact that I can wake up, I can roll out of my bed, go down to go eat, and I can hear the music the entire time, okay? This resort is like the adults only resort is not that big. I mean, it's pretty big, but like you can hear the music from almost any part of the resort, of like the main rooms, I think. Don't quote me on that one because I was in the premium area, so I was a little bit closer to the stages. So if you're on the other side of the adults only resort, were you guys able to hear music all the way around? Because I know I was able to. Anyways, I love the convenience of it all. Like I'm 31, you guys. I get tired. I am a mostly sober raver. I will drink alcohol sometimes, like I'll drink alcohol day 1 and 2. But that's about it. By day 3, I'm just like, give me virgin stuff. I can't deal. Being able to just have all of the convenience of having your room right there, being able to hear the music the entire time that you're out and about is awesome. I also love the fact that I can go to my room whenever I want. If I'm too hot, go to the room, take a cool off. If I'm tired, go to the room, take a quick 15-20 minute power nap. Need a shower because in between sets because you are all chloriney and nasty, go take a shower. It's awesome. It's right there. You don't gotta go anywhere. You don't gotta drive. You don't gotta do anything. You just gotta go up to your room and go do your business and then come back, and so you can continue partying and festivaling, okay? Now, with that being said, I learned the hard way last year, and I think a lot of people learned the hard way last year. Drink more water. Ice doesn't count. Frozen drinks don't count. Drink water. I think a lot of people the second day came out so late to the beach and to the pool sets was because everybody drank way too hard the day before. Everyone was hungover and dehydrated. So make sure day 1, I know we're all really excited to be there. Don't go too hard. This is a marathon, not a sprint, you guys, okay? Drink water and pace yourself, okay? The humidity and the heat in Mexico is unlike other places, okay? Even if you do live in humidity or in the heat, and and you're used to that, like it might be a little bit easier for you. But I live in California. I live in the Bay Area. In the winter, it's cold. It's so cold. And so I go to Mexico to escape the cold and enjoy the heat, and my body is not acclimated to that. And so last year I think my body got shocked because of it, and I was just exhausted because I just kept going and going and going and going and going, and I didn't stop. And I only made it to the afters one night because I fell asleep the first night and the last night because I went way too hard and I did not drink enough water. So overall arching theme of this video, go to Ember Shores, use my promo code PLURRMAGIC for $50 off at checkout, and make sure you drink your water. Until next time, I will see you all then. Bye, everyone!